Hello and welcome. My name is Sophia Lightjewel. For those who are new to this channel, I want to welcome you. And if you feel that this video is helping you, I invite you to subscribe and share the information with your loved ones as well. So we spread the light and we begin to empower one another and inspire one another as well in this way, through sharing the knowledge and the wisdom. So today I want to continue sharing about fear, and the way that I want to I'll do a little bit of a summary of what I have shared before about the energy of fear, for you to get to a deeper sense of understanding of the energy of fear. And then I'll move specifically to the emotions of anxiety and uncertainty. And then I want to bring the energy of courage into the whole scene. So to begin this sharing, so what I have shared before is that all emotions, and this is the kind of the foundation, all emotions are neutral. There is no positive or negative emotions. I know we have been conditioned to believe that there are certain positive emotions like joy, happiness, love, etc. And then the negative emotions are anger and fear and all these other emotions, right? So I'm gonna invite you to release that belief system and just set the foundation that all emotions are neutral. They are the language of your soul, and they're communicating something to you. They're actually very positive in the sense that they're inviting and giving you information about yourself. And so they're neutral. Okay, so the language of your soul, they're signaling information. And so fear, particularly about fear, what I want to share is that the information that is giving you is that you are perceiving something outside yourself, that it's a threat. And the belief as well is that there's the resources within you. You believe you don't have the resources necessary to move through that threat. So in a way, fear is a beautiful signal, because if you are found in a situation where there's a very real threat, then you get the response of the fight, flight, or freeze response, right? So fear is necessary in this world because it's giving you, in a way, it's keeping you alive. And right now, in this world of duality, is fear what is, when fear is activated, it's inspiring you to move to certain places. The piece about fear right now is understanding why it's here, understanding the energy, and not getting to the place where we have been accustomed to either not look at fear, hide from fear, or even run away from fear. And the fear, that is the concept, right? There's a very much real sense of fear. That is when you're in a situation where there's a real danger in front of you. And I'm speaking about the fear that is something that is a concept, and that the real threat is not in front of you, it's in your head and in your thoughts. So this is the type of fear I'm speaking about. This type of fear is the one that keeps you stuck in certain situations, that in certain situations where it keeps you blocked perhaps as well. And so this is the type of fear that I wanna speak about. And so this fear specifically, the understanding that I want you to take right now is that you can't experience love and fear at the same time. So Gerald Polsky, which he wrote, I love his work, and it's very much in alignment with all my work. And I discovered him a few years ago. He passed, I believe, this year or last year. And if you're intrigued, I invite you to go and look at his book, Love is Letting Go of Fear. It's a beautiful book. And he speaks about love and fear being polarity. You can't be in fear and at the same time being in love. So in a way, is that polarity. And it's where you're observing, from which perspective you're observing life itself. And so when you're in love, there's no fear. That's when when you connect to courage, is that energy that is your heart connected to your heart and invites you to move forward. When you're in fear, there's that sense where I'm calling it that is stopping you. You don't have the resources within you, so you don't move. So in this specific place of fear, then what I am inviting in is that, one, to come back to yourself, return home to yourself, and connect to your heart, to ignite and invoke the love, the power of love within you, and intention the power of love within you, and naturally see how your internal resources help you to move through that thread, with the realization that there's something that is threatening. You are perceiving something outside yourself as threatening. The invitation is to ask yourself, what is the threat? What I'm afraid of? What are the resources that I am believing at this time that I don't have? Because maybe it's just a trigger of when you were 5 years old, and perhaps when you were five, a really big kid came and bully you at school. And so if you were tiny and it was this big person, then at that time, perhaps you did not have the resources to move through that challenge. But now you're not in the same place, but your body keeps activating that fear through that way. So, what I want to speak about it next is the anxiety. It's the level of anxiety and fear and that connection. Many years ago, I got out from high school and I got into cooking, and I worked many years in the kitchen. And I have to say that it was the most beautiful experiences, in the sense that I learned about stress, I learned about anxiety, and I learned about how to be present in a stressful situation. So when anxiety gets triggered, or nervousness gets triggered, what it's indicating is that you want to reach to a place in the future, and you're almost taking your mind to that future, and as it was done. But the truth is that you have to move your entire body through it, because you have come here embodied, and you have to move your body through space and therefore time. And so when anxiety kicks in, one thing you can do is to just ask the question, where am I trying to get to? And then the second piece is taking a deep breath, inhaling, exhaling, and ground, because you actually want to call in your presence. Anxiety, you said, change the anxiety into the negative pattern into a positive pattern. I don't know if you have seen, there's a movie, the Divergence, and it says regular, those who are not divergents, usually the fear kind of slips them, puts them deeper into a sense of, desperation and anxiety and so on. But for the diversions, the fear wakes them up. So this is my invitation for you. Let the fear wake you up. Become more present with yourself. Become more aware. Become more embodied here and now. That's what I learned in the kitchen. So give you an example. I remember those times working behind the line where I had, like, I don't know, 10 tickets for, 10 tables, and each table maybe had 4 or 5, 2 people each. And knowing that you're starting on the first one and you have 10 to go, and they keep coming. So I discovered that if I stress My mind left my body. I wasn't aware anymore, and I would make way more mistakes. And if I calm down, I stay grounded, I wake up, and I did one step at a time. I found that time all of a sudden started to work on my side, and it was on my side. I calm myself down. That energy still activated within me, and I use that energy to wake myself up. I use that energy to know that that energy was waking me up and preparing me from the challenge that it was in front of me. And so, if you want to know a little bit of more information about that, that I actually found out through my years of experience working in the kitchen, but I just, a few days ago, I discovered this TED Talk about Kelly McGonigal, and I can put the TED Talk underneath the YouTube that she speaks about this, how to use stress as a positive energy into your own empowerment. So using that energy as an activation, as waking up and saying, this is the energy my body's helping me right now, it's preparing me for this challenge and to move through this challenge. And so in a way, it's giving you its energy. So you are acquiring more energy. Use that energy to wake you up and stay grounded and move through it. And so take a deep breath in, relax. You know that quote from nature doesn't need to rush and doesn't rush and everything gets accomplished? That is true. I swear it's true. I've done this. I'll always get things done and on time. So ground and focus one thing at a time, because as you're present, you have a better way to prioritize, to use your logical mind, to use this part of your brain, to use your emotions and your intuitions. When you are here and present, you can use all the resources within you. And also the piece about what I want to say about love, staying in connection with love and courage, recognizing when you're on the other side and you realize that you dared greatly. That's a beautiful, beautiful sensation. That's also a piece of building trust with yourself and your own capabilities of moving forward in your life, and your skills, and improving your skills and mastering your skills as well. And the other piece is that when you're connecting and you're invoking the energy of love, there's a resonance of harmony, there's a resonance of unity, and you tune into the loving universal intelligence, that all that energy, you become so much larger because you're tuning into that universal web of light. And so the other piece that I want to speak about the uncertainty of the future is that sometimes when we're taking a step forward, that perhaps you've been working on for a while, but you stay stuck. You take a little step forward and then you go backwards, and then you feel stuck, and then you feel blocked, and so on. Just have a look at what is the image in your relationship with that uncertainty. Sometimes that uncertainty feels like a dark hole, or like what is that, a black hole. A black hole that is like you can't see on the other side, and so naturally that it's constricting you, and so that's preventing you from taking that step. So I invite you to relate to that other side in a positive way as well. Feel the ignitement, feel the expansion, and come back to this knowing everything in life is expanding and growing and evolving. And that is good. Everything is evolving. Life evolves. Life wants more life. Life creates more life. Life is always creating more life. Life is always igniting, empowering more life within you and the whole wild world. So that is the same for you. Your soul is calling you to your greatest power, your greatest expression, so you may realize the truth of who you are. So when that fear and of the uncertainty begins to kind of activate within you, just have a look. If it feels like a black hole, invite that knowing that it's life calling you to your greatest expression, and that future is good. That future is good. Good always comes to you because it's your evolution, it's your most expanded self. And sometimes there's fear of like, how is this change going to impact yourself, your life, your relationships, your habits? What are you going to have to be responsible? What do you have to hold? But trust the process, because every time you evolve, just look at a child, go back to nature and look at the evidence. Look at a plant. It always, the growth in it has and contains all resources that it needs in relationship to that growth. Look at the child. There's a divine design, a divine universal intelligence that is there. You see the child moving and growing, especially those first years of life are just incredible. How they learn to use their hands and speak and words, and it's just absolutely stunning. And that intelligence, remember, that intelligence lives within you. And so trust that intelligence. So come back when you forget, come back. Breathe, come back to your center, return home to yourself, return to your heart, activate the power of love within you, invoke the power of love within you, and invoke that energy so it reminds you back home of who you are and the truth of who you are. And feel the love all around you. That's the other piece. Feel the love all around you and the power of love all around you, connecting with you, inviting you, invoking you to your greatest expansion, calling you to your greatest expansion so you may realize the truth of who you are. And so with that, I want to close with the energy of courage. And that, just as the word says, is that step and that movement through the heart. And this is where we are moving collectively and globally to the heart center. So daring greatly, as Brené Brown says, that courage implies vulnerability and also daring greatly, that level of leadership within you. You are the one you have been waiting for. So it depends on you to take the steps. How you want to take that step? How do you want to enjoy that process? How you want to show up for yourself and the world? That it depends on you, and you are the only one that can answer those questions. And the last piece that I want to say is that right now fear, it's available to you as a resource, as an inspiration to move you forward. It's almost that nudge that is like, this way, go this way, go this way. And love is calling you this way and it keeps igniting you in fear. So befriending the energy of fear, that in a way it's supporting you in your growth, it's supporting the evolution as well. Now that you know the energy, you understand the energy of fear, you have reached to a level of understanding and your own conditioning. So diving into your own conditions of fear, make a list of your greatest fears, what you're afraid of. So you receive a deeper understanding, because the piece here is when you don't question fear and you run away and you want to hide from fear. That's when then you just stay in that emotion of fear, and every time it gets bigger and bigger. So now you're in a different place. Now you are ready to face fear. There's a certain level of fear that it will never go away, but now you can feel the fear, you can befriend fear. I know, okay, it's here because fear is guiding me along the way. When I'm afraid about this, well, it matters to me, it's important to me. So then I know I I yield this energy that is activating, and I use it for my benefit. I use it to empower myself in love, to move through this challenge, to acquire all the resources within me and move through it and get to the other side of my expression. Because know that everything that you're stepping as a hero journeys into a new adventure, there's always an exploration of new landscape. That new landscape, it's activating new levels of consciousness within you, new levels of expression, new levels of deepening your relationship with yourself, with others, and the world. And therefore, the dream, the purpose, the mission, the personal legend that you have come here to experience and to anchor in the world through your life. And so, uh, there's lots there, and I hope you enjoy this video. And as you know, I do light language healing, and I also do empower love coaching sessions one-on-one. So if you're interested in that, I invite you to go to my website. You can also sign up to these videos, that there's lots of context for you that will continue to support you in your journey. You can also go to my website, www.sofialightjewel.ca, and you'll find a thread that is Empower Love Resources. There's lots of videos, lots of meditations to support you on your journey too. And you can also sign up to the newsletter that it comes out about 3 times a month, and it gives you information as well to support you in your soulful inquiry and development of your journey of life. So have a beautiful day, evening, wherever you are, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.